So the next thing we are going to look at is changing the display of the agent network output using formatters. To add a new formatter, we go into the IO agent and right click and open the agent editor, and here we add a new formatter. So by default the product ships with a number of different formatters, so we're going to add the XML formatter, use all the defaults, and let's also add the text formatter and use the defaults. Let's save these changes. And now when we launch the interaction console, we'll notice that there is another drop down list here that allows us to choose the form in which we want to display the output. So we have already seen the XML output. Let's select the text output and see what that looks like. So as you can see, formats it so that it displays nicely as text. You can write as many formatters as you like, or you can use the default formatters available with the system. Component networks or components are standalone agent networks that encapsulate some useful common functionality. This allows us to reuse that functionality across many different agent networks, and it also helps to reduce the complexity of each network of a particular agent network. So in this tutorial we'll add two components. There's one for handling the first name and the last name of the sender or receiver, and the second one will help us to handle the different components of a date. To add a component, we right click and select load component network, and then we go to the library, and as you can see, Answers Anywhere ships with a number of default components. So let's take the name component first, and we'll use the library reference as before, and we'll call it name. Similarly, we add a second component called date time, and let's call it date. Create the upchain downchain relationship, and in this case sender and receiver will both share the name component, and creation date will go to date. And the last step is to change the template for the upchain agents. Since they are no longer simple fields, they need to be changed to component proxies. Now that all three have been changed to component proxy, let's test these changes. Let's try find email from John Adams. And as you can see, now the agent network is able to break down the name into the first name and last name components. Let's try the date component, sent today. And as you can see, now the date today has been changed into the day, month and year, and this functionality is provided by the date component. And finally, let's combine both of these. Find email sent today by from John Adams. The agent network is now able to break down both the first name and last name, as well as interpret the date to mean today's date. So as we have seen, Andy provides an easy way to create your new agent networks. More details about this particular tutorial is available in the Answers Anywhere Getting Started guide, and more details about Andy and the remaining features of Answers Anywhere are available in the Agent Network Developers Guide.